His name was Napoleon Bonaparte, born on August 15, 1769. Even as a young boy, his dreams were as vast as the sea before him. Even as a boy, Napoleon Bonaparte felt the fire of ambition burning in his heart. Born on the rugged island of Corsica, a land kissed by the Italian sun. His father, Carlo Maria Bonaparte, a descendant from Tuscan nobility, was an Italian lawyer and assessor to the royal court of Ajaccio. Napoleon was the second of 8 children. They weren't wealthy, his family, but his mother, Maria Letizia, believed in his potential, even when others doubted. Her unwavering faith was his guiding light. She nurtured his love for history, for strategy, for the grand stories of heroes past. The influence of France was inescapable, and he knew that to achieve greatness, he had to understand and master their ways. Napoleon, a son of Corsica, became a student of French language, French history, French ambition. He immersed himself in their culture, their military strategies, and their politics, preparing himself for the challenges ahead. Then, leaving his family, his island, to navigate the rigid halls of French military academies, he knew was necessary for his dreams to take flight. His determination was unyielding. He was determined to make his mark, to be remembered not just as a Corsican boy with a dream, but as a man who changed the world. And so, the journey of a Corsican boy with a dream began, setting the stage for a legacy that would echo through the annals of history. France was a cauldron, bubbling over with revolution, with chaos. The streets were filled with the cries of the people, demanding change, demanding a new order. And in that chaos, he saw opportunity. An opportunity to rise, to make a difference, to shape the future of a nation in turmoil. His initial thoughts were for France. But for France, for the ideals of liberty, equality, fraternity that echoed through the streets. These were not just words, they were the lifeblood of a new era, a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. He supported the French Revolution in 1789. He rose rapidly in the ranks after breaking the siege of Toulon in 1793. It's a myth that he was short in stature. He was actually 5 feet 6 inches tall. Yet he was called Le Petit Caporal, the Little Corporal, a nickname that amused him. He learned the art of war on the battlefield, amidst the roar of cannons and the clash of steel. Italy was where he learned to outthink and outfight his enemies. Through the Alps, he led his armies across treacherous passes, surprising the enemy, outmaneuvering them, conquering them. The victories he achieved there were not just military triumphs. They were the foundation of his growing legend. Each victory, each strategic triumph fueled his ambition. The world would soon know his name. Josephine. Napoleon's beloved, his empress, the woman who captured his heart with her grace, her wit, her captivating smile. Born Marie-Joseph Rose Tasche de la Pagerie on June 23, 1763. Also known as Josephine de Beauharnais, would become Napoleon's first wife. Theirs was a love story for the ages, a whirlwind romance that blossomed amidst the turmoil of a nation in flux. She was older. Yes, a widow with a past. A woman of intelligence and ambition who matched his own. Their love letters were filled with longing, with passion, with the tenderness of a man who, despite the weight of the world on his shoulders, found solace only in the arms of his beloved. In moments of doubt and uncertainty, it was her counsel he sought. Her influence on him was profound. She tempered his ambition with her wisdom and reminded him that even an emperor needs a heart to rule with compassion. From the sun-drenched fields of Italy to the frozen wastelands of Russia, Napoleon's armies marched, carrying the ideals of the revolution, spreading the legend of Napoleon Bonaparte. Austerlitz, Jena, Wagram. These names, etched in blood and glory, became synonymous with Napoleon's strategic genius. He waged war like a grand chess master. It wasn't just about conquest for Napoleon. It was about bringing order to chaos, about replacing outdated systems with the principles of liberty, equality, fraternity. He reformed legal codes, established the Bank of France, and instituted a meritocracy that rewarded talent over birthright. Napoleon wanted to create a Europe united, a continent where the flames of revolution would ignite a new era of progress and enlightenment. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets, Napoleon once declared. But bayonets alone cannot build a lasting society. No, for that one needs laws, codes, a framework for justice and order. The Napoleonic Code was his masterpiece, his gift to France and to the world. No more feudal privileges, no more arbitrary justice. Under his code, all men were equal in the eyes of the law. Property rights, religious freedom, the protection of individual liberties, these were not mere words on parchment, but the very foundation upon which he sought to build a new Europe. From Paris to Warsaw, from Amsterdam to Rome, his code began to spread. Secrets that captivated Napoleon's imagination. In 1798, he led an expedition to Egypt and Syria, which served as a springboard to political power. But his expedition wasn't just about military conquest, no. It was about unlocking the mysteries of the past, about bridging the gap between ancient civilizations and the modern world. They unearthed the Rosetta Stone, that key to understanding the language of the ancients. They mapped the Nile, surveyed its ancient monuments, and brought back to France a wealth of knowledge that would ignite the imaginations of scholars for generations to come. But some secrets are best left buried. And in 1799, Napoleon engineered the coup of 18 Brumaire against the Directory and became first consul to the Republic. In December of 1804, Napoleon crowned himself as Emperor of the French, but with great power comes great responsibility, and this was a burden that weighed heavily on his shoulders. The years of war, the endless campaigns, they took their toll. Enemies surrounded him, both within France and beyond its borders. Intrigue, betrayal, the constant threat of assassination, these became his constant companions. And Josephine, her inability to have children together, pained him deeply. He needed a male heir. For the good of France, for the stability of the empire. He then made the agonizing decision to annul their marriage, so he could marry again and provide an heir to the throne of France. His heart broke that day, but duty, as always, came first. After having conquered most of Europe in his many expeditions, a fateful event took place in the summer of 1812. Napoleon launched an invasion of Russia, which ended in the catastrophic retreat of his army that winter. In 1813, Prussia and Austria joined Russia in the War of the Sixth Coalition, in which Napoleon was decisively defeated at the Battle of Leipzig. Then the coalition invaded France and captured Paris. Forcing Napoleon to abdicate in April of 1814, they exiled him to the Mediterranean island of Elba. Elba, that tiny island prison, could not contain the spirit of Napoleon Bonaparte. Like a caged lion, he paced his exile, plotting his return, waiting for the right moment to strike. And when opportunity arose, he seized it with both hands. Landing in France in February 1815, with a handful of loyal followers, he rallied the people to his cause, their cries of "Vive l'Empereur!" The 100 Days' War, they called it, a last desperate gamble to reclaim his throne, his destiny. But Waterloo, the final battle, marked the end of his dreams. Defeated, exiled once more, this time to the remote island of St. Helena, he faced his fate with stoic resignation. In the remote island of St. Helena, in the South Atlantic, Napoleon spent the last 6 years of his life. It was there where he died on May 5, 1821 of stomach cancer, aged 51. They may have defeated him on the battlefield, but Napoleon's legacy lived on. The Napoleonic Code spread throughout Europe and beyond, shaping legal systems, inspiring revolutions, and becoming a cornerstone of modern law. His military campaigns revolutionized warfare, introducing new tactics, new strategies, and new ways of thinking about conflict. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. See you on our next adventure in Simply History. Thank you for watching.